the issue of dialogue is not yet out of the picture. This has been confirmed by a number of sources that we might see a dialogue between Nelson Chamisa and Mnangagwa. But there is a problem. A problem is Mnangagwa willing to negotiate with Nelson Chamisa? Is it in his best interest to do that? I've done a video that is here, and go and check it out when I spoke about whether Mnangagwa is willing to do that. But also on the other hand, Mnangagwa has to listen to SADC. This issue of saying he is not going to bow down to pressure, it will not stand, because how is he going to do bilateral visits to any of these countries, whether it's South Africa, Zambia, and all other neighboring countries? Definitely he can't spend all these 5 years without visiting some of these countries. And these countries, they are full of Zimbabweans. They will protest, and it won't end well. And these presidents, they are also in conversation with them to say, look, fix your things back home, have a conversation, and try to see that you can broker a deal that can also benefit us. We don't want to keep on having your people in our countries. So that is another thing that could force Mnangagwa to go to a negotiating table. On the other hand, there has been calls by Father Fidelis Mukonori that Chamisa must accept defeat and broker a dialogue. How that is important. At this point in time, the leverage that Chamisa has is the fact that the election was slammed by SADC. And that is the leverage that he has. But brokering on that leverage alone, I don't think it will yield so many results for him, because you recall in 2008, Mugabe had a leverage that he had won the election and he had pulled out of the second election because of the violence, which was evident to everyone to see. Mugabe had been sworn in as the president, but the fact that there was a stolen election, that was one of the biggest leverage of Mugabe negotiating a deal in 2009. So basing on the deal of saying we won, I don't think it is something that we can hope much on, but it is only based on the recommendations that SADC is going to make. And there was a tweet by the Secretariat of SADC that they are not going to enforce any election in Zimbabwe, or they are not going to force any of their enforce something in a sovereign country. And that ties in to show you that if you look at the coups that has happened in the past few months or a few years, one that has happened in Mali, one that has happened in Burkina Faso, one that has happened in Gabon, all these coups, how has the African Union responded? Quiet diplomacy. Did any of the SADC bodies condemn and make sure that they make it difficult for those that have taken over the government to make sure that there is accountability? None. So hoping on these bodies that they are going to deliver a fresh election in Zimbabwe, it's a pie in the sky. That we must kiss that goodbye. It will never happen. That will not happen. If they endorsed the 2017 coup or Operation Restore Legacy, what do you think is going to make it different? My people, as much as I want to give you hope, I don't want to give you false hope. There is nothing that is coming except a dialogue. So people can spite Father Mukonori. He's not my favorite either, but he is a key player in this, because you remember that he was the one who brokered a deal with Robert Mugabe. He was one of the longest serving Catholic fathers who have been involved in the dialogue between Mugabe and even the likes of Joshua Nkomo. He's a key player in this. You can spite him all you want, but his words can be listened in the corridors of power, especially the likes of General Chiwenga and Mnangagwa. That is my view. I think that CCC, they should not ignore the calls by Father Mukonori, as much as they don't like him, but their leverage is dwindling as the day goes by. I'll see you on the next video, but tell me what you think about the possibility of a dialogue and what it will bring to Zimbabwe.